everybody. Welcome to That Damn Podcast. I am one of your hosts, Craig Duswalt. John Reese is our other host, and we have our beautiful mascot who's sleeping right now, Sancho. I forgot his name for a second.
That's okay. He's only like my son.
Just for a second. Anyway, welcome to the show. John and I just want to do a little background of who we are, how we met, and what we're doing today to further our careers. I'll start.
That sounds like a great idea.
That's a good idea. All right, so I toured with Guns N' Roses. We'll start there. With John in the early 90s. Toured with them for about 3.5 years. And after that, I became a speaker. I owned an ad agency for a little while, became a speaker on Rockstar Marketing, and I taught entrepreneurs how to become rock stars in their business because I learned a lot touring with Air Supply and Guns N' Roses. How do you do things different on the road to stand out from other people that are just doing regular marketing? So I teach marketing at all these seminars. I put on large seminars for entrepreneurs all over the country, and I have a mastermind group of business leaders that want to learn how to do things different, how to be a rock star in their industry. My son, one of my sons, Ryan, is in a band called Thredge. They're a heavy metal band. And I was in the music industry in the early 90s, but it's changed. It's changed a lot. So I decided to call my old friend, John Reese, who had become a mega player in the music industry. He'll tell you what he has done since Guns N' Roses. But I called John up about 7 months ago and I said, hey, John, listen, we've been friends for this whole time, but we never hung out anymore because we lived different lives. But I reached out to the one person that I said, you know what, I'm going to ask that guy for some advice. Business tip, always ask for advice. Never be the smartest person in the room. So I call him up and I said, John, I'm managing my son's band. I'd like to ask you some questions. What's going on in the industry today? I need some advice. And we just started talking. And to make a very, very long story short, that we started a new business called DAM. Disrupt Artist Management Network. We manage 3 bands right now. He'll tell you a little bit more about that. And we're putting on an unbelievably amazing event in May. And my life has changed. I have a great life, and everything was going great. My wife and I made a lot of money. We're doing very, very well. We live in a beautiful house. But you know what? Everything started getting complacent in my life. Everything was going good. But the excitement was gone. And then as soon as I met John again, the excitement is back in my life. And I am so thrilled to be working with this amazing man. His family is amazing. His daughter, Kylie, is doing stuff with our event coming up that we'll talk about. And it is just, he's been a blessing back in my life again. And I just want to say publicly, John.
Oh, thanks, Craig.
Love you, buddy.
Thank you, Craig.
And very excited about the future. So I'm going to turn it over to my co-host, John, because he's going to tell you about some crazy stuff we have going on after he tells you what he did after Guns N' Roses.
Hey guys, Craig, I gotta thank you just for re-inspiring me and re-believing in the power of music and the power of hard work and the power of integrity. I was blessed. I had the most incredible music career, and I thought I was going to be done with it. And ultimately, I have this flame and this fire reinvigorated within my soul to work with these young artists and to put on what we think is going to be a cornerstone event in May. I'll get into that in a minute. A little bit of my history. I went to Arizona State. I started a security company in Arizona. It exploded and blew up and started doing private security for a lot of major rock bands. Did NFL stadiums, had thousands of employees and worked in 7 states and started the company. Got a call from Doug Goldstein, who was at the time Guns N' Roses co-manager, to come and be Guns N' Roses tour manager. Started with them in '89 and did Stoned in LA, which the Guns N' Roses opened for the Rolling Stones. It was their Pierpoint moment. Absolutely turned them into one of the biggest bands in the world. This is after Welcome to the Jungle, Sweet Child of Mine, that massive, amazing album, Appetite for Destruction, which to this day I think is the largest selling debut album in history. So after that, I managed from basically the late 80s until 2006, managed some incredible artists, worked with The Used, worked with The Cure, worked with Story of the Year, worked with Danzig, countless artists through the years, shopped a lot of artists, got a lot of artist record deals, and I found Ross Robinson, and Ross Robinson found me. And together, it was just an incredible run working with Slipknot and Korn and the Deftones and Limp Bizkit, and the list goes on and on and on. And Ross Robinson, I can honestly say, is essentially the godfather of nu metal, and then became the guy that really launched emo music with At the Drive-In and Glassjaw, and worked with The Used. And I had the opportunity to work with John Feldman, who's also just an incredible artist and record producer, who's one of the top record producers in the world. Working with Steve Evetts, who's here recording Thredge and recording one of our other bands of that nature. I got in the festival business, was inspired by Kevin Lyman. Kevin was an important, creature in my life, and started a festival it started with The Cure, doing the Curiosa Festival in 2004. Then the first big thing we did was Taste of Chaos, and that was with The Used and My Chemical Romance. We took that festival around the world and broke those bands globally. And from that point, I got the bug. Started working with Rockstar Energy Drink when they were a really small company. Gave out 12.5 million cans of Rockstar over 15 years, and watched them grow from a $30 million company to an exit of multiple billions for the owner. Right. And just an incredible run through the process from 2004 to 2019, created over 50 music festivals, 50 music events, and we really specialized in curation, working with The Offspring on a festival called Sabrosa, working with Excision on creating Lost Lands. Excision's one of the smartest people I've ever met, just an unbelievable artist. Working with Slipknot on Knotfest, creating the Mayhem Festival, creating the Uproar Festival, bringing Dave Chappelle back from the dead, and creating the Oddball Festival, Oddball Comedy Festival. So through the years, probably sold to the tune of about 12 million tickets in my festival business, and got the opportunity to work with Eddie Vedder on the Ohana Festival. Just like I said, 50. We could talk for a while. So that's all discoverable, etc. But through that process, I made really deep relationships with a lot of incredible bridge builders and entrepreneurs and executives that really inspired Craig and I to create, our first live event for our company, Disrupt Artist Management Network, or DAM. So we're a management company and we're an event company. And with that, we are launching our first major event on May 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. It was just announced. And we're bringing mentors, the top people in the music business, together in Palm Springs at the Cache Estate or Cache Estate. You can go online to breakingintomusic.com and find out all about it. And I'll just give you kind of a list of the mentors that we have, because I think it's important, and they all are are legends within the industry. Rich Best, who's my best friend, also is a global tour promoter for Live Nation, works with Rufus Du Sol, works with Pearl Jam, works with the Foo Fighters, works with Linkin Park, is the founder of the Ohana Festival with Eddie Vedder, with Mark Smith, and just had the opportunity to launch that with them in Dana Point. So Rich is one of the greatest people in the industry, and I can't wait for him to be able to tell his story and be a mentor in what we're doing. Ryan Harlacher, who's at CAA and one of the top agents in the music industry and represents some of the biggest bands in rock music. John Feldman, the aforementioned John Feldman, will be there, and was Goldfinger and produced countless multi-platinum and platinum artists. Sam Simmons, who's one of the premier site designers in the music industry, created a CAD program, was the chief technology officer at Cat Entertainment Services, the largest power vendor in the country. Blasco, who is dear friends with Craig, who played with Ozzy and Rob Zombie, and is the marketing manager for Liquid Death Water, also is a music manager with Black Veil Brides, and just has such an incredible perspective from an artist level and also from an entrepreneurial level. Joe Mueller, the mayor of Dana Point, the former mayor of Dana Point, who's been the guy that's really brought music to South Orange County. And we feel like he's important because there's a government part of this. And, government's involved in music. And Joe kind of helped shepherd a lot of the things that I did and festivals that I produced in the South Orange County. And Joe was instrumental. So we felt like, to have a fully well-rounded event, we need to kind of have the whole embryo of what creates the current music business come together and help mentor people. Amy Shirato, who's one of the top publicists in the music business, she'll be there. And she Falling in Reverse and countless other acts that she works with, and she's actually our publicist.
She is our publicist.
We're very fortunate there. Bobby Alt, who's going to be in one of our podcast sessions, who is an artist, an entrepreneur, and just an incredible all-around human being who has an incredible perspective on if you fail, you can succeed. Matt Rosenblum, who was a production manager for my company and also was a production manager for Golden Voice and a tour manager and a tech. So he understands basically all of the production aspects of the live music world. Dave Brooks, who's senior director of live music at Billboard magazine. So we have the media side of this as well coming to the desert. Kylie Zenzer, who is the experience director and the VIP director for Sick New World for When We Were Young. Worked at my company as the booking manager and managed a budget in the 20 million plus range of booking talent. Matt Sorum,
drummer, Guns N' Roses, our dear friend from a long time ago.
Drummer Guns N' Roses, drummer Velvet Revolver, founder of Velvet Revolver, drummer in the Cult, entrepreneur, philanthropist. There's not enough things that I can say about Matt. He also lives in the desert where I live now, and so he'll be there and he'll give his perspective on all these ways and how the music business is. Corey Brennan, manager of Slipknot, manager of Megadeth, manager of Baby Metal, manager of Pennywise, blah, creator of Knotfest. I worked with him on Knotfest, on the first Knotfest, and we put together and got with Sharon Osbourne and did Ozfest meets Knotfest. So Corey is at the top of the game in the music space, and his perspective is a must hear and a must listen to. Casey McKee.
Oh,
wow.
This is a good story.
Casey is the poster child for why we're doing this, period, plain and simple. Casey started working with me on the Mayhem Festival, I believe in 2012. She had graduating from a university in Mississippi, and I just saw, Kevin Lyman introduced me to her, and I just saw something in her that was so very special, and she wanted it, and she cared. And she worked a couple of years on Mayhem, and then she went to work at CAA just as an assistant, and now she's an agent to the stars. And in 12 years, she has gone from what you could do at breaking into music to becoming one of the top agents in the music industry. So she's an integral part of breaking into music and being there and people listening to what she has to say and her perspective on how to move this forward. Of course, you got to have Polestar at the event.
You got to have Polestar.
Polestar, the Bible of live music. Ryan Borba, the managing editor, will be there and give his perspective. He's spoken to everybody, understands live music, and just a really, really intelligent human being and a caring guy, and really, really loves music. So it's great to have him. Vinny Capizzi, he's the largest waste management provider. He does Coachella, he does Stagecoach, he does all the biggest EDC. He does the trash. He does the waste management. He also has a major concessions company in Southern California. He does the Ohana Festival and many other things. An incredible entrepreneur, extremely well-spoken, smart as a whip, and just somebody, again, that can help guide people to being a better entrepreneur and to look in, there's other things besides being a record producer or being an artist. You can be in the music business by servicing the music business. Right. And he's incredible. Kelly Tomac. Kelly's one of the top insurance persons in the music business. My company, she was our broker, and she has done countless music festivals and understands the insurance side of it and the integration of that and risk management. So Kelly will be at it. Next, Matt Pinfield. Wow. What to say about Matt Pinfield? MTV, currently has a show on Access, and is a music legend, probably one of the most knowledgeable people on the planet for alternative music, and is just revered. So Matt will be there, and Matt will be one of our mentors at this event. Belle Popoff, who does festivals around the world, sponsorship. The sponsorship side of the industry, and selling sponsorships to events, and it's a whole cottage industry because tickets are expensive, and you try to work around with sponsorship to give better experiences and also to help the promoter be able to pay for it. And so Bell will be there. Jason May. Jason is the CEO of Weird Beverages, and he was the CMO, Chief Marketing Officer at Rockstar Energy Drink. We worked together over 15 years, and he was a major sponsor at our company and took the company from a $30 million company to a multi-billion-dollar company. So crazy. His perspective is incredible, and that's part of the new music business and what to do. And Jennifer Clemens, who's one of the top makeup artists in the industry, works with Avenged Sevenfold and countless other groups, and she's got a great perspective on everything. I think I missed Sean Akhavan. I think I did miss Sean Akhavan. Sean Akhavan is one of my best friends in the world, and he is the producer of Sick New World, When We Were Young, and many other music festivals. And he's also the manager of the U's Story of the Year, Atreyu, and just has an incredible perspective on the music business and on where to go. We're also super, super lucky to have Peter Kahn.
And man.
Peter Kahn has become one of my dearest friends. He's a legend in the boxing game. Worked with Don King, has multiple world champions in his stable. I got a call from a dear friend of mine about Peter and his band, his son's band, Chain Saint. I listened to the music, was blown away, flew to Florida, spent time with Peter and his beautiful family. And Peter owns Patriarch Records. So at Breaking Into Music, you have one of the biggest boxing managers in the world and the owner of a hot indie label who's he'd probably be signing artists. So, we've got a super well-rounded, group, and we've thrown a couple of these kind of wild cardy kind of characters into it to just add to the secret sauce of the whole thing. So Peter Kahn will be at Breaking Into Music. And then last but not least, and sadly I can't list his name, but we have a very, very special desert guest, and we'll just leave it at that.
Yeah.
A very special desert guest that's going to blow your mind. And the fact that he's at our event is really, really special for us, and we're honored that he'll be there. But, May 1st, 2nd, and 3rd, the Cash Estate, tickets, passes are available now.
Yeah, breakingintomusic.com. So I want to interject one thing. Where would you, if you wanted to break into the music industry in anything, if you're a band, if you just want to be a hairstylist or a makeup artist, or you want to get into insurance, or any of these things that John just mentioned, where are you going to meet these people? These are the top people in the industry. It's hard to get to these people. And what John has done is brought them all together because they like him as a person. And they just said yes. Every time he asked someone,
and I have a hell of a track record.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He has a great track record. They like him as a person. They trust him. You cannot go anywhere and meet these 24 people anywhere in the world, and we're bringing them all together one weekend, May 1st, 2nd, 3rd, in Indio, California. The tickets are available. They're Depends on when you buy them. Buying them faster is less money.
We have a student ticket.
Yep. Breakingintomusic.com. So what John just said is right. If you're a student in any college or high school or elementary school, there are discounted tickets for students. So there's the regular price and then the student price as well. But everything will be on breakingintomusic.com. Just check it out. This event, I do events all the time on marketing, big events, 500 to 700 entrepreneurs. And I've had cool people. I have rock stars that come to my event and speak, but I've never, ever had 24 of the top people in any industry come to one event. This is going to be truly amazing.
And the great thing too is it's a networking opportunity.
Yeah.
These mentors are going to hang.
Yeah.
You're going to meet with them. So Thursday night is the pre-event. That's the pre-party. Meet everybody and come hang and in a chill area at this incredible venue that we have. The venue you can find at cash.estate. On Instagram, you can see it, or you can go to our website and look at the videos as well. So that's incredible. And then all day Friday, May 2nd, May 1st is the pre-event. May 2nd, all day Friday are the sessions. We'll have probably 12 speakers on that first day, and then that night a beautiful dinner as well as drinks and a chance to again network with our mentors and Craig and myself and other people that'll be there as well. And then Saturday will be another full session, all day session, where we're doing breakouts and general assembly sessions, and then that's it. And then you're going to leave more informed, with more knowledge, also with the ability to have met these people that have changed the face, that have built bridges, and that have been extremely successful in this very, very dynamic industry.
So no matter what you want, if you want to be in the music industry and work in the music industry, come to that event. If you have a business already where you feel people in the music industry would love your products and services, come to this event. If you're an entrepreneur, this is the perfect event to meet a wide range of basically entrepreneurs in the music industry. So it's going to be amazing.
Let's talk about the management company.
And then on top of that, because you don't want to just do one thing.
No, but we feel like an important part of this is put your what's that? How's that phrase go? Put your money where your mouth is. Yeah. So we've signed 3 amazing artists, and they're all kids. They're all young artists. And first artist we signed, Chain Saint. Can't say enough about these kids. They're on the Warped Tour this coming summer. They're also on Rockville, and they're playing with a number of other artists throughout the year, some that I can't talk about right now. But they've been, at Loudwire is called them one of the 25 artists to watch. Incredible. 16, 17-year-olds that play metal.
Based out of Florida.
That play metal.
They're
and
good.
If you like Metallica, you like Slayer, you like Anthrax, you like thrash, you need to check out Chain Saint. I'm wearing all the Chain Saint garb today. And our second artist that we signed is Craig's son's band, Thredge. They're working right now with Steve Ebbets, a legendary producer who's worked with many artists, Dillinger Escape Plan, The Cure, Story of the Year, the list goes on and on and on. You can check out Steve. He's working with them right now on their new tracks. And then also we have from the San Fernando Valley of That Nature and Wow. A 3-piece, a power trio that it's going to blow your minds. Think Rage Against the Machine meets the Deftones, meets Primus, meets Tool. Progressive, heavy, and just incredible. So that music will be available soon. So not only are we have the opportunity to help young people and people on the business side and on the artist side, but we also are getting our rocks off by being able to work with these young artists. The most valuable thing to me in my whole career, and look, guys, I've worked with some of the biggest artists in the world. I've worked with in the EDM space, in the punk rock space, in the hard rock space, you name it. And for me, watching Five Finger Death Punch blow up, watching Avenged Sevenfold blow up, seeing all of the artists that we've worked with, go from 2,000 ticket sellers to selling out arenas and stadiums. That's where I get my. That's where I get my.
That's what I'm juiced about.
Yeah. So we're excited. Craig and I are passionate and on fire about this, and we're gonna give our last step to make it happen.
Absolutely. All right. So we have the management company. We have breaking into music. And when we manage these bands, we're going to be looking for new bands, right?
Absolutely.
We have this place here in Palm Springs, California, Matt Sorum's studio, the drummer for Guns N' Roses, Velvet Revolver. And this studio is, I think, going to be our hub. John lives out here. I'm willing to drive out here to do our podcast sometimes. We're going to be doing the podcast from here, my house in Thousand Oaks, and sometimes through StreamYard or Zoom, because we have people all over the country that we want to interview. So there'll be different ways that we're coming to you, but all of them, we promise, will be exciting. But Matt's studio is just something special out here in, I feel, the health and wellness capital of the world. There's an energy out here that is second to none. And just blessed to be out here, blessed to be with my buddy John, and blessed that I'm listening to my son play drums in the other room with one of the top producers out there. It's so great what's happening right now in our lives. And I think we have some exciting things to bring to you on this podcast, and as well as to our events.
We have a pipeline, and we have the knowledge. If you're a new band and you want to send us some music, please send it. I'll give you my personal email, my business personal email address, john.reese@me.com. If you're a new artist and you have new music and you're special, send it to us.
Yeah. We're looking for new, we have 3. We want to, be a
Well, we want to break the 3 first.
We're breaking the 3 first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's exciting. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Craig.
Thank you, Johnny.
This is going to be a great journey. It's going to be an incredible journey. The artists and the business leaders and the bridge builders that we're going to have on this podcast is going to be special. Yeah. Make sure you tune in and check us out.
And subscribe to either, if you're on YouTube, subscribe to the channel. If you're on any of the streaming platforms, please subscribe to That Damn Podcast.
BreakingIntoMusic.com. You can do anything you want to do. You just got to bust your ass.